would survive a nuclear
Get
blast?
fucked.
Where would you go if a biological weapon was unleashed?
Okay, so this is inside the world's most expensive Doomsday bunkers. This was released by TommyG 6 days ago. Let's restart
Do you
it.
think you would survive a nuclear blast? Where would you go if a biological
Sir.
weapon was unleashed in your country? And what would you do if
Yeah,
there was extreme
nukes,
civil
I
unrest due
do.
to food shortages? Folks, experts warn that if you are caught within 100 miles downwind of a nuclear explosion, your chance for surviving the fallout is almost zero, unless you have a bunker. Right now, billionaire elites are quietly building massive underground fortresses, and it makes me wonder, what do they know that we don't? So to find out, I tracked down the #1 bunker builder in the world, Ron Hubbard, the founder of Atlas Survival Shelters. He's been in the business for over 20 years and has built bunkers for people like Mark Zuckerberg, Kim Kardashian, Mr. Beast, and Andrew Tate. And those are just the people he's allowed to talk about, because most of his ultra-wealthy clients have him bound by strict NDAs. So today we head to Texas to visit Ron and see exactly what it takes to survive the end of the world. But first, a quick word from the sponsor of today's episode. Folks, let's talk a little bit about money and financial strategy.
Big dogs gotta eat.
Have bank accounts where money sits and collects almost no interest. What if I told you there's a place that offers 3.75 APY, which is 9 times the national average?
Fuck out of here with that. I'm trolling. Get the money, Tommy.
Texas, and we have a very... All right, folks, we are just outside Dallas, Texas, and we have a very fascinating story for you today. We're diving into the world of millionaire and billionaire bunkers. And to me, this is like the new Rolex. Like, everyone that has a lot of money seems to be getting a bunker. And I want to know why. Do they know something that we don't? For the rest of us that can't afford a bunker, what options do we have? And what are these people running from that? Can we prepare for it at all?
I mean, why wouldn't you want to have one if you have that kind of money, bro? Shit.
I think it's fair to say.
Might as well.
The business Atlas Survival
Yeah.
Shelters, and we're going to get this party started.
Hey, Tommy G.
Hey.
Well, come on in. Here, working, I have a PhD in architecture, I have a master's in science, and I got a master's in physics. E equals building bomb shelters. He's trying to extend life, and I'm trying to save life.
Tell the people who you are and where we are.
Well, I'm Ron Hubbard. I'm the founder and owner of Atlas Survival Shelters, and we are about an hour from Dallas right now in a small town called Sulphur Springs, Texas. Population about 15,000.
Why the heck did you start a survival shelter business?
Well, I like to joke around and say my modeling career wasn't going so well. You know, it became a side business for me. You know, I got into it like 15 years ago in 2011.
I can move my camera.
I was in LA making doors, and in the back of my factory, I started making bomb shelters out of culvert pipe. And I did it for, you know, quite a few years, and then I got this idea that, you know what, I should make a small bomb shelter and put it underneath the house.
So is this more of a luxury man cave, or is this really to survive something crazy?
No, it's really to survive something, but we try to make it look like a luxury man cave. If you look on my plaque right here, there's Tristan Tate, Zuckerberg, there's Kim Kardashian going in my bunker right there. Zuckerberg, you know, but I get everybody famous, it seems like.
Kim Kardashian isn't the only one with a bunker. It seems President Trump is motivated to build one as well. You've probably heard about the taxpayer-funded $400 million ballroom, but what isn't as widely talked about is the supposed 6-story underground bunker that's part of the project. And with Trump's totally ethical
6 stories.
son, Jared Kushner, also trying to build a bunker compound in Albania, it makes you wonder why some of the most powerful people in the world all seem to be scrambling to create a structure that could survive a nuke. I just read an article on you that previously you were doing about $2 million a month in business, but in the recent times you might project as high as $50 million.
Yeah.
What's driving that?
Well, we actually did that. It's the times.
In a month of business.
Yeah.
And the war is driving a lot of that right now.
Yeah, it will go back down to normal.
Tell me about the bunkers that you made for the Tate brothers.
Well, the bunkers for the Tate brothers, we're actually building it right now. Of course, you know, they got thrown in jail and it got delayed. First, we were going to build them a steel bunker. We designed it, we're going to manufacture it at our plant in Poland. Then we realized that we couldn't really transport it to the property where they got it. Basically, they ordered a Corvette and they're getting a Lamborghini. You're getting more bunker than what you paid for. But they're one of the very few clients that I have that's actually going to let me film their bunker after it's done.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how big it is.
Clients, you sign an NDA before you even know who the client is.
Tell me about the Kardashians.
Just massive.
Well, the Kardashian bunker, I did an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. At the time, this was like 5 years ago, they wanted to shoot in a bunker. So I made them a round culvert shelter. It was 12-foot diameter and 50-foot long, basically the same bunker that I have for myself. And we shipped it out to Calabasas. We set it up. It was like in June or July. I would say that their bunker was more of a prop setup than doing the installation, because we never even got to get it in the ground for them to shoot it. We shot it above ground in the bunker, but before it was ever installed. All right, let me give you a quick tour of the factory here. So my company is pivoted from not only
Yeah, me too.
bunkers,
I noticed that. I wasn't gonna say anything because I don't really say anything about like speech impediments because
what I'm doing now is I'm
not
teaching
normal, more
1,000
normal than people think.
how to make bomb shelters, and I'm supplying all the parts.
But like
to
it,
them.
yeah, he like throws it out there. Like,
You make a lot of bomb shelters
it's weird.
for the mega millionaires and the billionaires, but is this more of the affordable everyday man's?
This is the everyday man shelter. Here, let me show you one. It's right here. I didn't open my business to service billionaires and millionaires. I opened my business to make those culvert shelters like that one right there for people like me, because I wanted one. So I started making those round culvert shelters, and then I started making these square ones because these can go underneath the house. Okay? And then I got the idea of mass producing one that everybody could afford, that I eliminate the labor out of. This is my level 1 shelter, my least best design of the shelters, but it's also the least expensive. When you get into my bigger bunkers, they basically are EMP proof. They're a level 4 bunker, basically with up to 1 to 2 meters thick of concrete around them.
How are you able to test this concept and make sure that it can survive nuclear fallout?
What's protecting you from nuclear fallout is not the shelter itself, but the amount of earth between you and the surface. As long as that hole's 3 feet deep and you have enough 90-degree turns in there, you could crawl underground and survive nuclear fallout in there.
Can your bunker survive a nuclear bomb?
It depends its proximity to the bomb. I mean, if the bunker's buried in the ground and it is a ground burst which hits the ground, no.
Yeah, I guess.
No bunker in the
I guess that kind of makes sense though.
Leave a crater 300 foot deep and probably 600 to 900 feet wide. They are designed to survive nuclear fallout, any kind of chemical attacks or chemical event that would be caused from nuclear warfare. They're designed to survive any kind of biological attack or any kind of biological situation.
Oh, that suit
So
looks
let's say,
real safe.
some country develops a plague that's airborne. You got to go into an airtight environment. That's what I build.
You got to know your science to be able to build these.
To work here,
Yeah, the suit is all cut up.
or a master's. You got to understand the structural part of how deep you got to be. You got to understand the physics of the slap from the wave. The science comes in of understanding how the radiation will affect you and your body. So if you put it together, that team can make underground nuclear bomb shelters. This you would think is a bomb shelter. It's big enough, but it's actually just the engine room to a bomb shelter. See, when you see the bunkers, the living quarters, that's just the living quarters. This is where the diesel generator goes. That middle room is for batteries. The other room is a decon room.
Holy fuck, man.
So there's 4 rooms before you even get Not enough. Remember, this is R&D. Like I said, everything we do in here.
This is quite the.
But it's not a production line yet. We try to break even. We're not really trying to make money on the people. We're trying to get data.
Jesus, that's scary. This is quite the operation, man. Holy.
We're not trying to lose money, but we're not so concerned about making money as we are about perfecting the product. Now listen, when I started doing this, there were 6 other people doing it. Now there's just 1, and that's me. 2 of the companies made bunkers that 3 people died in each one. 1 blew up, and the other 3 died from H2S gas.
What the fuck?
To me, it says a lot about the state of the world that these things are going through the roof right now in sales. And what I think is really cool is that humans do tend to innovate their way through big problems. and you see it right in action right here. But at the same time, you wonder, do we have to live in a world where people should be thinking about nuclear fallout and bombs and bunkers? And I don't know, maybe I'm a little hippy-dippy Bob Marley, but there's gotta be a better way. Tell me about any unique features about Mr. Beast bunker.
It feels like the inside
Yeah, I don't
was
know.
like an alien ship. It was very out of this world, I might say. We actually combined one of our round culvert shelters along with one of our square modular shelters. And one was at one level, and then you went down the stairs and there was another level. When the episode cleared or was over and they spent 100 days in my bunker and they won $700,000, they needed the B-roll shot of the money on fire for the promotion. And they had a fire suppression system added for this event. So when they went to burn the money for the shot, the fire suppression system didn't work and it burnt the entire bunker down. It was really made for YouTube type video. When everything was said and done, it cost like $1.2 million. You know, the attitude in 2011, when I asked people, what are the odds you think you'll see World War III in your lifetime? You know what it was? In 2011, it was like 1 or 2%. If I ask you today, what are the odds you will see World War III in your lifetime? Guess what it is? Way over 50%. I think World War III will happen in 30 years. But what you will see probably next year or the year after, you will see a plague, a biblical plague like you've never seen before. You see, the wealthy people are not worried about nuclear war. They're worried about plagues. And then they're worried about civil unrest after the plague. But I did a video, why is Bill Gates building so many bomb shelters? And then Bill Gates in the video
Bro.
says, I put the likelihood of nuclear fallout
Bro's
in my
like,
lifetime is very
bro is airing it out. This man is not suicidal. He is a very good man. Bro,
but I put
that's
the odds
fucked.
of a plague greater than Ebola in my lifetime at greater than 50%. Now, that was his word for word.
Facts.
In fact, right here you can show the clip.
This is the greatest risk of a huge tragedy. This is the most likely thing by far to kill over 10 million excess people in a year.
How did COVID impact your business?
COVID caused the business to increase and become more steady, and more people realize that they didn't think that was the big one, but they think the big one's coming as well as I do. I think you'll see a plague in 2027 or 2028.
Worse than COVID?
Just from what I predict, what I've seen, and what I know.
That's what some of the billionaires think that you're building for.
No,
What the fuck,
I'll put
man?
it this way. 50% of the scientists that created the COVID vaccine have been in this office buying bunkers from me. I get it from talking to them, okay? This is coming from the people who created the COVID vaccine coming now to get bunkers for the future of what they think is coming.
What did he just say? Wait, what did he just say? What the fuck did he just say?
Worse than COVID?
Just from what I predict, what I've seen, and what I know.
That's what some of the billionaires think that you're building for.
No, I'll put it this way. 50% of the scientists that created the COVID vaccine have been in this office buying bunkers from me. I get it from talking to them, okay? This is coming from the people who created the COVID vaccine coming now to get bunkers for the future of what they think is coming.
You can tell these boys are working hard. They got their toolbox.
Bro.
They got their Zen.
The way he's worded that, is so like, obviously somebody has said something to him, or he's like putting two and two together and noticing all these people are coming to him. But like, I almost feel like he's not supposed to release that information. Yo, that's pretty crazy.
You guys are making bunkers for millionaires and billionaires. What does it make you feel like is coming in the world?
I feel like, I don't know, I like the crap out of it. I've been here for like 3 years, and like, dude, it's awesome. Everything that, yeah, he's been here longer than I have, but every day it's something new. It's like something custom. You get to meet people that are prepping for, you know, like real life stuff that happens out in the world. So it's kind of crazy, you know, what's going on.
It's crazy stuff, and I've been paying attention to what's going on. Like I said, I've been watching videos and been paying attention to independent media, and I would say the need for one is imminent.
Part of me thinks like most people cannot afford a bunker. So what can the average person back home do?
There's your master in physics.
Yeah, You're a
I
master.
have at least a bachelor's of physics, and I'm working my master's. And
Dig
I
a-
would say
Buy some land and dig a big ass fucking hole. Then build a fucking bunker yourself.
dig yourself a cave.
Yeah,
Do you guys
it's
think
not that
Israel's gonna
hard,
do it
man.
this
Just
shit?
dig down.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
All we need is one nuke, just one nuke from one country, North Korea, Iran. Now, if Iran had one, they would have probably launched it. Then everyone would be panicking and calling me and saying, all right, it can happen. You know, these people who say, I'd just rather die when the bomb goes off, those exact people are going to be the very first one trying to find a bunker to crawl into and say, let me in, let me in.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Info from Rharbs episode 1. I just can't believe like the like production quality of that is actually really that's really impressive.
So you got the wrong door.
The Israelis made the gasket, or the
Well,
customers
it's
Israeli?
funny. Everything you say, everything you see right there was made in Switzerland or Israel. We don't make this in America. See, there's no
What the
demand
fuck?
for the items that you see right here because bomb shelters are not an everyday way of life. Where you go to Israel, every house and every apartment has a bomb shelter, and in Switzerland, every house and every building has a bomb shelter. So they have demand that's built.
Well, it's where they are.
The building code states so. So I'm working on changing the building codes in America, or at least give the people.
Yeah, I kind of agree, honestly.
Do you want your house to have a safe room or not?
Yeah.
In a billionaire's compound, what kind of things have you noticed?
They keep them quiet. They keep them
Yeah.
hidden. Even the contractors
I
are
agree.
building a home, maybe right on top of them. They may not even know that they're there.
And a lot of them have to sign an NDA.
Oh, absolutely. We all do. Absolutely. Yeah, we're not.
What do I mean?
Names or
So like,
locations or anything like
just where like Europe is, and then like how there's like the north tip of Africa, and then like Asia, just that whole area of the planet is
People
very
do not
hostile.
want people to
It's
know
not-
they have a shelter. We come in.
It's been like that for a
incognito.
long
We have
time.
no names on our trucks.
Like so hostile to the point where like people in like a 747 like traveling will get shot down by a missile. Like,
My
it's
factory
fucked.
doesn't even know who the customer is. So
They're
let's
fucked.
say you're Bill Gates. It will just say Bill Seattle on the invoice. So my office and my employees never know exactly who is buying a bomb shelter.
And why do you think they're so secretive?
Boy, this is like one of those things that, I mean, it's more secretive than a bank account. You could probably ask them, where do you bank? And they may tell you JP Morgan or Raymond James or Bank of America someplace. But then ask them, where's your bomb shelter? I'm not telling you.
What we are walking
Yeah.
into is a bunker.
Why am I gonna
most
say
clients
that?
At the millionaire level would purchase.
Why the fuck would I tell you?
It's gas tight. You come in, you can lock it down. Basically, you got.
And this is the composite flooring that you'd see on a nice
It's
deck.
similar to Trex deck. It's a timber tech. You
Well,
got
that actually would be
shower,
really nice to walk on, even if there's like concrete below them, because like it gives you a little bit of
toilet,
cushion.
you got all the plumbing,
That's really nice.
Nice countertops.
I like that.
Look at this.
We do offer like electric stoves. We don't do anything.
Oh yeah, no, that's fire,
gas into a bunker because
and it doesn't rot either.
you have reverse osmosis filtration. You got hot water. You got just a regular sediment filter before it comes in. Microwave. This is a smaller air system. This is a 75. So we have different size filters depending on how many people you plan on having in there, how much square footage. So under the floor we've got 300-gallon water tanks, and then there's room to put food.
Where's the air
water,
fryer?
kind of stuff like that.
Yo, I'm getting like the start of Fallout vibes.
Storage stuff. So there's plenty of room under. You can put your like number 10 can.
Atlas Shelters is gonna be the one to nuke the world.
Put dry
Calling it
goods,
now.
Put a lot of stuff down there. That's what we offer. A lot of times is underfloor storage because then you got all your square footage, but you still also have things. You're not all cluttered in here.
So this is a nice bunker, but it's still in the more basic level, right?
Yeah, this is a smaller one. There were some custom things that was done for this customer. So, I mean, there's a lot of different routes you can go. But yeah, absolutely.
What do you think this bunker goes for?
Probably in 150 or around 150K. And that's without install. So the install, there's a contractor that will install it as well. We work closely with the installer.
That's pretty cool. A little extra space down below too. That's actually really nice. Oh, and it's everywhere too.
Bunkers,
Yo, that's tough.
Cabinet members of Donald Trump. I don't want to spread any fear. It's not like they think anything is certain. as far as I know, except the future. And the future doesn't look too well.
From an off-the-record source, I heard about highly classified bunkers that are massive in scale sprinkled around the country. I'm talking about places like Mount Weather and Raven Rock that are built for military use and government officials in the event of disaster. And they are so big that if a nuke was inbound, all 535 members of the Congress and Senate would be able to live there for a prolonged time. We are talking about underground engineering that is incredibly impressive. People buying bunkers from
Fucking
your
hell.
site.
Ah, Doggo.
There's a reason that they're getting them.
Not a one.
No.
No, look, man, these people buying bunkers are not crazy. These are wealthy multi-millionaires. Look, I don't get many poor customers. The average customer I'm getting spends about $300,000 on a bunker, okay? But I've sold more $1 million bunkers in the last year than I've ever sold in my life.
I'm not surprised.
Right now, I've got 60 active projects. The largest project we're working on right now is 40,000 square feet, about $30 million.
A 40,000 square foot bunker sounds excessive. How many people do you think will stay in this bunker?
My installer just finished up two 36,000 square foot bunkers, and each bunker was for 650 plus people, right? A little
Dude,
over
that is
650. It was a
huge.
government bunker. I'm not supposed to talk too much about it.
And they're using taxpayer money for that?
Yeah, but it's in another country. Yeah.
Of course the government will spend all the money to buy a bunker for a problem that they exacerbated with our money.
Hey, these bunkers were for just the regular people. These were not bunkers for rich people. These were just basic bunkers for the everyday person.
Oh, this is a good video.
Facility, you get to go in that bunker and you get to sleep in a cot. This builder is building 70 to 86 houses. The houses with the bunker in like 10 acres up to 20 acres of land.
Some shit like that.
$1.99 million. And you're going to see them.
Holy
Like,
fuck.
golly, I want these houses. They're beautiful.
Yeah, have a nice ass house. Have a nice ass house and then have just a massive bunker below it. Like,
homes where every house in the neighborhood
you know, it'd be crazy if you made a house that was able to, like, I wouldn't say like sustain the blast, but if you were able to like take an elevator from the bunker up into the house and the house was still like somewhat livable, like,
Doomsday
you know what I mean? Like sealed, like almost like a bunker, but just above ground. That's my house. I feel like that'd be hella expensive though.
Purely bunker mansion kind of
that sounds like
we've got about
very
70
expensive.
lots out here for home sites, and each one of them will have a full underground survival shelter built into them. And what's great about the bunkers here is they're not just for, you know, a nuclear fallout scenario, right? Therefore, you know, a big storm comes through. We're in East Texas, you get tornadoes. So it's just a safe place to go.
You want to give us a tour of the house and then the bunker?
Absolutely, I'll come in.
Is the house also built around survival as well, or just the bunker?
So it's just the bunker. You know, these houses, they do run on solar. So, you know, you have some longevity built in there.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
oh, that's dope.
We spend some time and put really cool features in that really make them look special above ground.
I love the beams.
Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, I have. I've been to
obviously got the dining.
I've been to the US twice. I went to Spokane and I've been to Seattle.
Entry area.
And I've also been to Cuba and Mexico. I think those are the only 4 places I've been that are out of the country. Cuba, Mexico. Yeah.
In the kitchen.
Yep.
We've got a couple bedrooms back here. We've got the non-formal living with our secret entry into the bunker, which is pretty neat. So we're about to go check that out. So this is the non-formal living. So this is the comfortable living area, right? So this is where you're going to come watch TV with the kids when you're just hanging out for a night.
Just chilling.
Pistols and ARs here, so when the knocks start happening. Now, okay, I have to move. What happened?
The pistols and the fun stuff are downstairs. So we're going to go check that out.
Oh.
So right now we're walking down into the bunker
Yo,
itself.
whoa.
We're coming to the first set of 2 bomb-proof blast doors. So these
Holy fuck.
are gas tight. They are supplied by Atlas Survival Shelters. This is 8 inches of solid concrete and steel reinforcement. So nothing's getting through these. So this is actually the decontamination room. So this one's got a shower built in. So you come in. This
Not unless I'm like fucking Dexter and I come in there with a fucking syringe with like some fucking, what the fuck is that shit that deteriorates concrete? You could use like battery acid or some shit. Might take you a week or two, you know. I could get through that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm trolling. That would be really hard to get through, dude. Like, holy fuck.
You'd rinse the fallout off of yourself.
I have it painted too.
You'd open this door and then enter into your bunker. As you can see, this thing doesn't feel like a bunker.
Fent. Bro, yeah, jackhammer, yeah, for sure.
We've got some pretty sweet features built in.
It really, realistically, you'd only be able to jackhammer it because if they rebarred it, you could use like one of those steel concrete saws. But man, it would be a fucking bitch. Holy shit, it would be a bitch. I mean, a jackhammer would be a bitch too, but fuck.
Open and close it as you will.
We hope our nuke never hits. Absolutely. So this is just gonna be like a really cool
Yo, that's so cool. He's got the shutter door too. Dude, that's cool as fuck.
As you can see, this thing doesn't feel like a bunker. It feels...
I got more guns, but damn. Yeah, bro, I don't have shit. I don't have jack. Oh, that's sick.
Sweet features built in, like this gun cabinet over here.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, so it's actually got a keypad entry, so you can push in your code, open and close it as you will.
We hope our nuke never hits.
That's cool.
So this is just gonna be like a
yeah,
really
facts.
cool feature.
What's sad is that it never used to be like that.
Oh, did you go to
You used to be able
bunker?
to have shit a long time ago, but
Absolutely, and that's kind of why we designed
I'm just
this space
slowly
the way
taking
we did.
everything
We
away.
didn't want it to feel just like it was built for one purpose only, and
That's
that was
tough.
to come down here in case a nuke goes
bro,
off,
if it was
right?
me, I'd have like a fucking rig right here and a helmet. Bro, I'd have a whole kit. Have like a fucking whole thing of mags. It's tough, but you know, I'm just giving you ideas. You know, bro needs to up the arsenal a little bit. Got my dad's rifle from the army I shoot. Yo, that's so cool, CC. Bro, that's actually so sick. Like the one that he used, bro. That's cool, man. That's really cool.
You can sit in your bunker and just think,
It's cool because like it has the sentimental value too, man. No, that's tough. If you ever go to the range or some shit and get some pics, definitely sauce them in the Discord, bro. That's cool.
The closing of those two doors and the turning on of the air system, this becomes a certified nuclear bomb shelter within about 60 seconds.
Absolutely. We haven't
Oh, that's
this
sick.
feature either. Why don't you open that thing up?
I always fuck with things with suppressors because they're so frowned upon here. Like if you have a suppressor, they see you as like a fucking
And see what's behind there.
Texas? I mean,
you're
either a gun
I don't
or a
even know,
state.
man. It's fucked. Like
Oh, this is
I
the
get it,
escape hatch.
but like fuck,
That's
man.
the escape tunnel there.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So that little hole that you're seeing in that top hatch, that's what you'll actually unscrew in the event that you want to go out that tunnel. That will let the about 3 feet of sand drain out from there, and then you can actually undo the hatch and make your way out.
Okay, so another question that comes to mind is if a nuclear bomb hits, the population goes down, my wife survives, we have to have a place to start repopulating the earth. Can you tell me
That
what
house
that's
is
gonna be?
crazy.
Well, we've got a pretty
Like
nice
holy
bedroom.
shit. Only thing about them is that they heat up really fast and don't work. Yeah.
And
Plenty of room for repopulating in here, as you can see. We've got a full queen bed.
yeah, I could do some things in here. Yeah.
So this is the fun.
Oh my god. Fucking Leroy. Hello,
Air
Leroy.
exchange happens in the air filtration. So that's actually bringing in the fresh air.
Really key part of this bunker being survivable is this right here. Can you explain what this does for the survivability?
So this is a Swiss-made
Holy
NBC air
shit.
filtration system, okay? And what this does, the air comes in, it goes through a pre-filter up here. So there's a HEPA filter up here. The air passes down. The hose would be hooked up to here. Then the air will pass through a second HEPA filter through 106 pounds of carbon, tetacarbon, activated carbon. It would take out all the gases. It will eliminate the radiation particles and basically come back through here and give you breathable air. So
Wow.
it comes in at the rate of 88 cubic feet a minute filtered, and it comes in at the rate of 176 cubic feet a minute of unfiltered air. So if you were down here and you were locked to door, you still got to turn on the air system because you got to breathe. So the air system's
Wait,
on right there now.
What does it
Now
run
the air
on?
was blowing
Did he
in.
say?
Okay, and that's all the sound that it makes. You
I missed the start of that. What does it run on?
In 20, 30, 40 years,
Yeah,
who
bro
have
is
these
moving
bunkers
there.
will be the only.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay, and what this does
In the fresh air.
Really key part of this bunker being survivable is this right here. Can you explain what this does for the survivability?
So this
Like what?
is
Like
a
sometimes.
Swiss-made NBC air filtration system, okay? And what this does, the air comes in, it goes through a pre-filter up here. So there's a HEPA filter up here. The air passes down. The
Like,
hose would be hooked up.
Sometimes they can have a system where they'll have like if you can create a vacuum with a fan or like a certain something that doesn't require power, like it's basically like is almost self-sufficient.
Here, then the air will pass through a
But I
second
feel like
HEPA
this is
filter
oh wait,
through
it's
106
powered,
volts
I'm pretty
of
sure.
carbon,
That's
tetracarbon activated carbon. So
it
there's
says
a
right on
HEPA
the side of that
filter up
motor
here. The
how
air
many
passes down.
amps
The
or
hose
whatever.
would be hooked up to here. Then the air will pass through a second HEPA filter through
Pause. Oh my god. Yeah, it's all
106
electric though.
pounds of carbon, tetracarbon, activated carbon. It would take out all the gases. It will eliminate the radiation particles and basically come back through here and give you breathable air. So it comes in at the rate of 88 cubic feet a minute filtered, and it comes in at the rate of 176 cubic feet a minute of unfiltered air. So if you were down here and you were locked to door, you still got to turn on the air system because you got to breathe. So the air
Jesus
system's on
Christ.
right there now. So now it's blowing air. Okay, and that's all the sound that it makes. You laugh about it, but there's going to come a time in 20, 30, 40 years that the people who have these bunkers will be the only survivors.
I think it'll be a lot on who are the leaders of these countries around the world. Because right now I feel like we're on a collision course with conflict because our leaders are choosing that. I don't think most people want the conflict that's happening in the world. So hopefully we can vote our way into a safer future. But it seems like, I mean, it doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, the last 20 odd years, the war machine has been fed. I don't care if you're talking Obama, Bush, Trump, although Trump's doing it pretty big right now. The military-industrial complex is going to make it necessary for stuff like this to happen. The year is 2046. We voted the first lesbian in office, and I think the Americans are safe again, but I'm not sure. Actually, we'd probably be in a lot more trouble. If you know anything about statistics, lesbian couples are the highest domestic violence couples. Did you know that?
yeah, they are. They have the highest divorce.
Shout out to the gay dudes out there. You guys are really leading the charge.
I mean, if they're getting along, man, shit.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
beating the
Our
shit
pretty
out of
simple
each
solar
other.
Panels, pretty standard, some that you'd see mounted on people's roofs or something like that. But since we've got the extra acreage out here, we actually decided to do a full solar field like this.
And they can just switch it when disaster strikes and they need to go on
I
the
feel
solar
like-
panels.
Absolutely.
If there's a cloud
Jesus
from a nuclear
Christ.
explosion,
Somebody
all I
ban
need
that
is
guy.
solar panels.
Well, these stop generating electricity for you. But the good news is we've got enough battery backup in that thing to last you days. So, and if you're exclusively running the bunker, you're going to last weeks. So
Okay.
that's the nice
Banned.
thing about
You're
that.
canceled, buddy.
This one just finished. So this one is going on the market, well, as of now. So as this
Wow.
video is coming out, this thing will be up for sale. Your floor safe's in this house if y'all want to go look at that.
Show them the
Dude,
floor
this
space.
house
This
is
one of my
fucking
core inventions
massive.
that I have patents on.
It's actually got 4 lock bolts, one in each corner here.
What the fuck?
That comes with a special key that nobody else has. So these go in each corner. You'd take those 4 out, and then you'd lift up this real heavy door, and then that's your underground safe. So it actually wraps around and goes underneath.
Gosh, I feel like that could be a dungeon or something. I don't want to go down there.
Isn't that cool? It's only about 2 feet deep. It's really just for hiding guns and ammo and survival food.
I feel like preppers love shit like this.
I love shit like this. Yeah.
And tucked in over here is going to be your secret entrance down into the bunker. That
I would
pushes
disguise
open.
it with books. Not a lot of people read, so no one's gonna look over there. if it has
Absolutely.
books on it.
So this one's not completely finished. We haven't turned the power on, but this is the upstairs landing area. Of course, you got your stairs that go down into the bunker down there.
A big part of this bunker business is having the right people build it, because there's so many things that if you build it the wrong way, one, it could be dangerous as he's laid out, but two, the survival aspects of it from the power, and also escaping. I'm guessing that's what this black hatch is.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's above grade now. That's why you see it. But you can actually come in now that it's backfilled, completely covered with dirt. You can come in, cut that tunnel, and put your protective barrier over it and cover that with earth and plant your grass over here. And you'd actually never even know that this thing is here. But right now we're actually standing on top of the bunker. So we've actually got about 2 feet, a little over 2 feet of dirt on top of the bunker. And then we've got our concrete, our steel reinforcements. This thing is completely engineered as well.
Well, folks, this was a look inside the world of bunkers, and I'm pretty fascinated by what I saw. You have an interesting job, man.
It's cool, isn't it? I think I have the best job in the world, at least right now.
And that is the mission of life, is to wake up and feel like you have the best job in the world. That's how I feel. I'm glad you feel that way. Everyone back home, keep chasing, keep experimenting, keep trying. Because then when you have the mission of life flowing through your veins,
Had a spaz. That's the last vid.
Can't complain.
We're gonna switch back now.
Thanks a lot.
That was a good video, man. That was a really good video. And it's people like him that, like, with the whole, like, how he said, like, the people that did the vaccines or whatever, and, like, over 50% or some shit are going to him. Like, nobody knows that kind of information other than him. Like, that's kind of fucked. That's an expensive coffin. The bunker guy is a master salesman. He is really fear-mongering his product, and it's working somehow. My aunt was planning for this in the late 80s, moving to Idaho and building a big bunker. That's all she focused on. She was telling us that in 2000 it was all going down. Then again in 2012, she passed in 14 and her dream never came true. Live your life, folks. It's good to plan ahead, but don't let your life slip by because of it. Huh. We common folks are screwed on Doomsday. Grab a beer, lawn chair, and watch the sunset. After what I've seen, humans are cockroaches. We will always survive. Yeah, we will survive, but you won't. GG's, buddy.